Now back to this woman who released a song and I haven't checked it out yet. So Miley was good. So Miley released a single, Used to Be Young, off her album Endless Summer Vacation about 2-ish weeks ago. I think it was August 25th when she released it. And I heard a few clips like on Twitter. I'm not going to check out the music video. I will be checking out the song. I am sonically very intrigued to see what this sounds like. I'm not on TikTok too much, so I haven't heard much of it on there. I think it's kind of like going viral on TikTok. I haven't really heard the song completely. I mean, by the title alone, I can already kind of tell what it's about. I'm just really curious to, get into it and see if it's sonically something that's appealing to me. And truthfully, when Flowers came out, I liked it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I mainly enjoyed it lyrically. Sonically, it was good at first, but I just realized it wasn't my cup of tea. I don't know if it was just because it was all over TikTok and I got so annoyed of that song because of it. Usually I don't mind when songs, blow up on TikTok or just online, because most of the time I can separate that from the fact that I actually like the song. But then I think I just realized that it just wasn't for me. The verses weren't my favorite melodically, I think. It was very catchy. The chorus is really catchy. Obviously, I think it's like her most streamed song ever now. I see right here that it has more streams than Party in the USA, which is pretty wild to me. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna listen to Used to Be Young by Miley Cyrus, and we'll see if I enjoy it. Sonically, I kind of knew this is where it was going. I heard a little bit, like I said. I'm already enjoying it. I was a big fan of her single Jaded from the same album. I know it doesn't sound like this. I've really liked a lot of Miley stuff, and it's just kind of hit or miss for me. That's why I feel like I haven't really given her a huge chance with her discography, just because I know all the singles, all the hits. I don't know a lot of the deep cuts, but she has some good stuff. Like My Sister Plays, Plastic Hearts here and there, and that shit's pretty good.
The truth is bulletproof, there's no fooling you. I don't dress the same.
She said something about not dressing the same, and it ties in with the theme or the message that she's no longer young anymore. Pull up the lyrics real quick, and this kind of sounds like something sonically that Adele would do, so I'm really intrigued. I love Adele, so yeah, let's keep listening.
And do you say hours yesterday have gone our separate ways?
I think she's gonna be talking about her and the way that this other person, her partner, maybe her ex, perceived her, and like who she was and who she is. And maybe that just kind of created some conflict within the relationship, and it's her just really expressing that it's not that isn't who she was, but that she's grown, that she's obviously not the same person anymore. She's grown, she's in her 30s now. Like, I think that's where the message of the song is gonna focus on.
Turns out open bars lead to broken hearts. I'm going way too far.
I think she's comparing alcoholism and love and how chaotic both can be, especially when they're like kind of put together, because when you're drinking, when you're out in a party setting, when you're in the bars clubbing, that can be very chaotic and you can go way too far. And similarly with like love, it escalates more than it should. I heard this part, I think. This is really a powerful way to kind of express herself and how not only she perceived herself in the past, but how others perceived her and how she wants to be perceived. And not necessarily saying that, like, you guys are wrong for calling me crazy, fun, and wild when I was young, but it's just her, again, going back and saying that, no, like, yeah, I did all of that. I had my, my moments, and, I was in the public eye and I made headlines and I was on TV. People were talking about me. But at the end of the day, she really just says, like, I was all that, but it was just me being young. Vocally, she sounds really good too. I don't think it's anything really different or out of the ordinary so far, but I'm enjoying it.
Take one, pour it out, it's not worth crying about the things you can't erase. Words I never meant, the ones that got away.
When you're young, you don't always necessarily give too much thought to a lot of decisions that you make. I know what it feels like to make decisions and kind of just do it based on like the adrenaline and, you know, living in the moment, and all of that's really great. And it's something that always comes or sometimes can come with regret, and that's just very human. It's a very normal thing. And yeah, like she says, it's not worth crying about the things you can't erase, because I feel like sometimes we dwell so much on the past and things that we've done, when it's like that's just how it is. It's kind of the inevitable when you're a person.
Somewhere in the past I took another road.
Okay, she took another road.
Nowhere else to go.
Lyrically, I'm loving this song a lot, honestly. Even vocally, sonically, I really like it too. I'm not like the biggest person of like ballads. I love them and I appreciate them and I can listen to them, but when it comes to like my normal rotation, I don't think that ballads are always like my favorites. Me not listening to the song a lot has nothing to do with my love for Miley. It just has to do for, you know, my personal taste. That last line is really powerful because it's true, you know, like people will easily just go somewhere else. Like everyone could be all bunched up on one thing, one like in, like she said, she's comparing it to like a crowded room. This can mean many things, like, you know, could be with trends, you know, jumping on the bandwagon on some things, you know, people loving you for, you know, being a certain way, but people will leave as soon as like there's somewhere else to go.
I know I used to be fine. You say I used to be wild. I say I used to be young.
I was gonna say I kind of wish she went a little higher in the first part of I say I used to be young, but I think she does go a little higher at the end of the chorus, and she says that's because I used to be young. It would enhance the song a little bit, in my opinion, in the chorus if she did like make that choice vocally, but that's just my opinion.
About a good run. I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young.
No, I was wrong. She should. That's because I used to be young. I don't know. I don't know. Vocally, not my favorite part. Like she could have made a different choice, but I'm just being overly critical right now. Like honestly, it's not even a big deal. But yeah, like I really like it a lot lyrically. It's really powerful stuff, and it's just as Miley, like for Miley, it just makes a lot of sense. It's a really special and powerful song. I'm not the biggest fan of bridges that don't really have words, personally. I see what she was doing. This song is full of emotion, raw emotion, and, you know, it's very heavy stuff. So I see what she was doing. I just think that she could have given us a bridge with more lyrical, powerful content. Not take like a really exaggerated turn lyrically or even sonically or vocally, because vocally she sounds pretty good and I understand why she did it. But I just kind of wish that the bridge just had more to it than just the O's and the yeahs and the woes, you know? That's just my opinion. But yeah.
I know I used to be crazy.
Ooh, I like this.
Messed up, but God, was it fun? That's 'cause I used to be young.
That's what I was waiting for. That's because I used to be young. Like it makes sense why she waited towards the end, like the last chorus to do it. But I think it still kind of would have made the song a little more powerful during the chorus, vocally, if she did make that little change there. But then again, it's my opinion. But I really like this like a cappella stripped down version of the last chorus. It really shows her vocally very vulnerable and raw, and Miley's voice has changed not too much, but she's obviously, everyone's voice matures and you can really hear it in this song, and I really like how she's done that.
Those wasted nights are not wasted. I remember everyone.
That line is so really fucking real. Those wasted nights, like, you know, when you're wasted, you drink a lot, they're not wasted. And also saying like those wasted nights that you think are wasted are not wasted. So it's a double entendre, and I really love that. I love when artists play on words like that. And then she says, I remember everyone, because these nights, whether they were good or bad, like they are memorable and they mean something to you and they hold stories, and those are like stories and conversations you can have with other people, and that's what makes these times like really special to, you know, reminisce on. And that's what being young is, you know. You make all these choices, you have all these experiences, and they're not supposed to be wasted ones. They're not supposed to be ones that you necessarily regret, because most of the time they can be good memories.
Tell me time is gonna change me. That's fine, I'm not going wrong. That's 'cause I used to be young.
Let's clap it out for Miley. Lyrically, one of my favorite songs of hers. Then again, I haven't listened to a lot of Miley, but I really love how this really connects with the perspective that the public has on her, and her own perspective on her, of herself, and it's just really powerful stuff. I feel like I keep saying that, but it's really true. Lyrically, it's amazing. Sonically, it's nothing out of this world, but it works for the message. You know, I still feel like the bridge could have been more powerful. The verses were really good lyrically again. The verses were really good, I will say that. The chorus was pretty amazing too. I just had like that one little critique with the "I say I used to be young," you know, her saying it a little more chill and subtle, and maybe that was the point, because then she got to the last chorus and she, like, you know, made it really powerful. So I appreciate it. And yeah, you know, I know that Miley has a lot of good stuff, and she keeps on proving me right that she is a really talented artist, and there's so much value to her musically and vocally and just as an artist in general. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked my reaction. Let me know if you want me to react to more Miley content. If that's something you guys would like, then I'm obviously more than willing to do that for you guys. But yeah, comment what you thought on anything about my reaction or the song itself, and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.